Welcome to the chemistry class. Today we are going to discuss about the preparation methods of the haloarenes. In our previous classes we have discussed about the preparation methods of the haloalkanes. Okay, in that methods which are already covered, and today in this class we are going to discuss about the preparation methods of the haloarenes. In that the first method is halogenation of the aromatic hydrocarbon. Halogenation, as you know, the addition of the halogen. So here the halogenation is done to the aromatic hydrocarbon. As you know, the aromatic hydrocarbon is nothing but benzene and its derivatives. Okay, so we want to prepare the haloarene like this compound. We want to prepare the haloarene. So in order to prepare the haloarene, the first method is halogenation of the aromatic hydrocarbon. So see here, when the aromatic hydrocarbons are treated with the halogen in presence of the either FeCl3 or AlCl3 at room temperature in the dark, you are going to get the arene as a product, that is chlorobenzene plus HCl. See here, one of the hydrogen is replaced by one of the Cl, and HCl is the one more byproduct which is formed here. So this is the chlorobenzene. Okay, sometimes directly instead of taking the benzene, even you can take the benzene derivative like a toluene. If I am taking CH3 group which is attached to the benzene, means that becomes the toluene, and again add the halogen like chlorine in presence of the FeCl3 in dark and cold condition, you are going to get a ortho and para products. You are going to get a ortho and para products like this. This is ortho-chlorotoluene. This is para-chlorotoluene. Okay. So in case of halogenation of the aromatic hydrocarbon, means we are taking the aromatic hydrocarbon like this. We are adding the halogen in certain, with the presence of the some FeCl3 or AlCl3 halogen carriers. Along with this we are going to maintain the dark and cold condition. During that time there is a formation of the haloarene compounds. For example, when the benzene reacts with chlorine in presence of FeCl3 in dark and cold condition, we are going to get the chlorobenzene as a one of the product. Chlorobenzene is nothing but the haloarene. Okay. So next, if I am taking the toluene as a one of the reactant, when the toluene is treated with the chlorine in presence of the FeCl3, we are going to get the mixture, that is orthochlorotoluene and para-chlorotoluene is obtained. And you might be having the one doubt here, why the ortho and para product only it is obtaining, why can't be meta position, the chloro cannot be attached here and here, why it is only attached to the ortho and para? That again depends upon the attached group. CH3 is the electron donating group. CH3 is the electron donating group towards the ring. So the electron donating groups towards the ring will going to always give the, most of the time will give the ortho and para product. Okay. And then if it is a electron sucking group, it means like NO2, if it is a electron sucking from the benzene ring, CH3 is giving to, its electron is donated towards itself at the benzene ring, that is why ortho and para products are available. Suppose if this group is electron sucking group, it means it itself sucks the electron from the benzene ring, means during that time you are going to get the meta product. Okay. So this is by taking the chlorine. Suppose I want to take the reaction with iodine. See here, when we are involving the iodine in the reaction, those reactions are reversible. So in order to prevent that, what we are going to use, that only I wrote here, the reactions of the iodine require the presence of the oxidizing agent like HNO3 and HiO4. Because the iodine reactions are reversible in nature, in order to make them oxidize, we are using the oxidizing agent. So in order to oxidize the HI, we are using the oxidizing agents like HNO3 and HiO4 in case of the iodine reactions. And suppose if I want to prepare the fluorine compounds, that is fluorine, instead of Cl, if I want to substitute the fluorine to the benzene ring, means that is not possible by this method, because the fluorine is highly reactive. That only I wrote, the fluoro compounds cannot be prepared by this method, because of the higher reactivity of the fluorine. Clear? So this is the first method of the preparation of the haloarenes by the halogenation. Simple. Take the aromatic hydrocarbon and add the chlorine, like chlorine means halogen. Depends upon the adding halogen, you have to maintain the conditions, and finally you are going to get the haloarene as a product. Clear? And in case of iodine, you have to use the oxidizing agent like HNO3 and HiO4, and in case of the fluoro, we want to prepare the fluoro compounds, means that is not possible here because of the higher reactivity of the fluorine. Okay. So this is the first method. Now we will move towards the second method. This second method is very important. This second method is very important, and several times the question is directly asked, and even this reaction is also repeated in the one of the organic chapter called as amines. Okay. So that's why it is very important. This is the named reaction. This is the one of the named reaction. See here, the reaction is Sandmeyer's reaction. Here we are using diazonium salt as a reactant. We are using the diazonium salt as a reactant. As in the name itself indicates, dia, it means two. Azonium, it means nitrogen. Azo means nitrogen, nium means that is in the ionic form, N2 plus form, and salt means we are using some chlorine like that. Okay. So benzene, that is diazonium salt, is the main reactant which is used in the Sandmeyer's reaction, and it is represented by the structural formula, that is benzene ring. For the benzene ring, nitrogen is attached which is in the plus, it means ionic form, diazonium. Okay. And salt we are telling Cl minus we are going to take, and that only if I wrote the formula C6H5, one of the H is replaced by this. So C6H5N2 plus Cl minus, that is the formula of the diazonium salt. Okay. Particularly if I am using that only, if I wrote R, generally you can able to write it as Rn2 plus Cl minus. Here R may be alkyl or aryl. So we are taking the benzene ring here in case of the R. So what will be the name of that one? Benzene. This is the benzene diazonium chloride. Benzene diazonium chloride is the name. Okay. So by using the benzene diazonium chloride, we want to prepare the haloarenes. We want to prepare the haloarenes. First of all, you need to know how the benzene diazonium salt itself is prepared. Okay. So let me go for that one. Here aniline, the name of this compound is aniline. Okay. When aniline is treated with a mixture of the NaNO2 and HCl, which readily forms the HNO2. So in order to give the benzene diazonium salt, benzene diazonium salt. So whenever aniline is treated with a mixture of the NaNO2 and HCl, this readily forms the HNO2, because directly HNO2 cannot be able to add, because it is not stable, we cannot able to take it directly. So we are taking the mixture of the NaNO2 and HCl. So when this mixture, that forms the HNO2 which reacts with the aniline, and it forms the benzene diazonium chloride. Clear? So this is the method of preparation of the benzene diazonium chloride, so which is our desired reactant. Now from this reactant, I want to prepare the haloarene. By using this benzene diazonium chloride or salt, I am going to prepare haloarene. So here keep in mind that N2, it is that is N2 plus is a best leaving group. It is the best leaving group. It can easily escape as N2 gas, nitrogen gas. Okay. So N2 plus, we can say that it is the best leaving group. Just by using certain reaction, that is intermediates, we can able to escape N2 from here as N2 gas. Clear? So that's why we are taking the benzene diazonium salt as the reactant in case of the Sandmeyer's reaction. So generally I am going to write one of the reaction here, that is this is the benzene diazonium chloride which is treated with a copper derivative, that is copper chloride, like that we are going to use. When we are using the copper chloride with the benzene diazonium, that is C6H5N2 plus Cl minus, which is reacted with Cu2 and X2, you are going to get, as I said you, here this will be released. This will be released, N2 gas is released and X is attached to there. So finally what we are going to get here, aryl halide we are going to get, that X may be, this X may be either it may be CuCl like this or CuBr like this, you can able to use here in order to get the chlorobenzene or bromobenzene. Okay, so this is the general format. I will tell you exactly by taking the reaction itself. This is the general format how we can able to prepare the haloarenes or aryl halides by using the benzene diazonium chloride. Clear? So this is the two methods are very important in that. First one is regarding the halogenation and second one is the Sand-Meyer's reaction. In case of Sand-Meyer's reaction, we are using the benzene diazonium chloride, and keep in mind this preparation method is useful, even it will be repeated in the amines topic. Okay, so that's so I am telling that here only how benzene diazonium salt is prepared, and by using that benzene diazonium salt further how we can able to prepare the haloarene. Clear? So this is how we can explain about the two methods. So let us discuss the Sand-Meyer reaction of the preparation of the haloarenes, and particularly here we are talking about the particular haloarene like chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, iodobenzene and fluorobenzene as we are going to prepare. So see here, this is the benzene diazonium chloride. As I said you, benzene diazonium chloride is the main reactant in the what we can say Sand-Meyer's reaction. Okay. So when the benzene diazonium chloride is treated with the CuCl in presence of the some acidic medium like HCl, we are going to get the chlorobenzene. Okay, and it is very easy to escape N2 gas, as I already said you. Okay, suppose next the same benzene diazonium chloride is used. If I am using instead of CuCl, if I am using CuBr, means I am going to get bromobenzene. Okay. So these two here we are using the copper, it means CuCl and CuBr, as generally we represented Cu2X2 is utilized with the benzene diazonium salt, so that we are going to get the haloarenes as a product. So these two are basically said to be a Sand-Meyer reaction. Along with that, if I want to prepare the iodobenzene, instead of Cu and Br, if I want to prepare here I must be attached to our benzene ring. During that time what happens, you have to use the Ki. Okay, potassium iodide, you have to heat the potassium iodide with the benzene diazonium chloride. During that time you are going to get the iodobenzene plus N2. Okay. So if I want to prepare the fluorobenzene, so during that time you have to use HbO4. So here there is a formation of the fluorobenzene along with the release of N2 plus one more compound BF3. Clear? So in case of Sand-Meyer reaction, we are using the benzene diazonium chloride as a one of the reactant, and by using different what we can say reagents like CuCl, CuBr, Ki, HbF4, we can able to prepare the different haloarenes like chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, iodobenzene and fluorobenzene. So it is one of the very important reaction in the methods of preparation of the haloarenes. The first one is by using the halogenation, while the second one is the Sand-Meyer reaction by using the benzene diazonium chloride salt, that is the benzene C6H5N2Cl, and in all the cases nitrogen must be going to be released. Clear? So let me discuss few more physical properties. Okay, here sometimes they are going to ask you 1 mark question. Physical properties, like it means what? The physical appearance. Okay, first we will talk about the state. So the haloalkanes and haloarenes are available in the liquid, gaseous as well as solid state. In that, the lower haloalkanes are liquid, the lower haloalkanes are gaseous in state, gas. Okay, while the higher haloalkanes are liquid or solid. Are you getting what I am telling? The lower, as higher compounds will be in the solid or liquid form, while the lower haloalkanes are in the gaseous form, those are available. This is regarding the state. The lower haloalkanes are gaseous in nature, that is the higher haloalkanes are liquid or solid. Even the haloarenes, the formula of haloarene itself is C6H5, because benzene ring is included, so that those will also be either present in the solid state or in the liquid state. So let me go for the color. So usually almost all the haloalkanes compounds are colorless. Almost all are colorless except iodides. Iodides and bromides are having certain color, have color in light. When those are exposed to light or sunlight, we can able to observe the color of these two. Other haloalkane compounds are colorless. Clear? Next, we are talking about the odor. Odor means smell. The volatile haloalkanes are, the volatile halo compounds are having sweet smell. Okay, the volatile means which can able to escape. Volatile halo compounds are sweet in smell, those smell will be sweet smell. Okay, so these are the 3 state, color and odor are the 3 physical properties. Let me go for the boiling point and melting point, which is one of the very important bit of the physical properties. So the boiling point and the melting point depends upon the van der Waals force of attraction as well as molar mass or molecular mass, because van der Waals force of attraction is proportional to the molecular mass. So this boiling point as well as melting point depends upon the both that is van der Waals force of attraction as well as the molecular mass. Clear? So as the molar mass or molecular mass increases, boiling point also increases. As the molecular mass increases, the boiling point also increases. Clear? Next, parent hydrocarbon I wrote. It means the parent hydrocarbons are having the less boiling point or melting point as compared with the substituent. For example, I will tell you, see here, let me see here. These are the haloalkane. Okay. So what is the parental compound for this? Methane, CH4. Methane, that is the CH4. CH4 having the some molecular mass. Then I am going to replace one of the hydrogen from here and I am going to add the Cl, and that Cl molar mass is included in total. Okay. And if I am replacing the hydrogen by Br, means I am going to add that mass also. So what happens? Always the parental hydrocarbon molar mass is less as compared with the haloalkanes. So as the molar mass increases, what we said, the boiling point also increases. The boiling and melting point will also going to be increase with increase in the molar mass. So as compared with the parent compound, these are having the more or higher melting point and boiling point as compared with the parental compound. Okay. Next one is regarding branching. If I am taking a straight chain and if I am taking a branching, like this you can take. So as the branching increases, so what happens? The surface area, available surface area will be less. So it will going to be what we can say, decreases the boiling point. Okay, as the branching increases, the boiling point will going to be decreases. So these are the 3 points here what we can able to say. Next, in case of haloarenes, when we are talking about the haloarenes, the boiling and melting point, here we are going to particularly take for the positions. I said you which is the ortho, para and meta position. Here let me compare these three. This will be the ortho, this will be the meta, that is metachlorotoluene, and this will be the parachlorotoluene. So when we are talking about the, in case of haloarenes, when we are talking about the boiling point, usually the boiling point is very nearer. Usually the boiling point is very nearer with each other. Even though you want to give the order, means ortho is having a little more boiling point as compared with para, as compared with the meta compounds. Clear? So if we are talking about the melting point, what happens? In case of melting point, the para position compound will be the first. Para will be having the more melting point as compared with the ortho, as compared with the meta. Why in case of para it is more? Because here para compound is a symmetrical. Para compound is a symmetrical. So here symmetry is not possible here ortho and meta. The symmetry is possible in case of the para position. So the melting point of the para compound will be more. Clear? So these are the two orders. Usually the boiling point will be nearer. Even though you want to give the order, means you can take ortho, para and meta. If I want to go for the melting point, that will be for the para, ortho and meta. In both the cases, meta will be the last. Clear? So next we will talk about the solubility. Solubility, as we know that like dissolves in like, that is polar dissolves in polar. Okay, like that we know the concept, but in case of our haloalkanes, what happens? It will be quite reversible. It means haloalkanes are represented by the general formula Rx. There is a generation of the poles and it is a polar molecule, even though haloalkane is a polar molecule, it will not going to be dissolved or it will not going to be soluble in the water. It will soluble in the organic solvents like CCl4, benzene. Keep in mind, the haloalkanes are insoluble in water, while those are soluble in organic solvent like CCl4 and benzene. This is the solubility. Clear? And last one is regarding the dipole moment. Already I explained you dipole moment in one of the video. You can follow the previous video. Dipole moment is nothing but mu is equals to q into d. It depends upon the charge as well as distance. Sometimes they are going to give you a question like this. Suppose they have given the methyl derivatives, that is methyl, fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodide. So arrange the following in the increasing order of dipole moment. As I said you, there is an exception. That's why the CH3Cl is having the more dipole as compared with the CH3F, because the distance as well as charge factor will going to influence on this. And very depth I have explained in the previous class. You can just go for that, and there we discussed about the dipole moment, how it varies and how it depends upon the charge as well as the distance. So if I am arranging this format in the increasing of the dipole moment, we are going to get the CH3Cl as a first compound, next CH3F, next CH3Br, next one is CH3I will be the in order. So this is regarding the physical properties of the haloalkanes and haloarenes. Further concept we are going to continue in our next class. Thank you.